much. Like, damn.
Yeah. All right, so I think he started because he usually does that.
That's surprise.
Yeah, right. Spaghetti.
Nice.
I don't know if you know
I like
that.
doing that
Spaghetti.
too. Right? You can catch the natural character of people too
Yes.
sometimes.
Okay, this is our third attempt. I hope this works this time because I feel terrible for taking up Rory's valuable time. Like I said earlier, on today, this day of all days, Indigenous Peoples Day, when he's very busy, I was hoping to speak to you about your campaign, Kill the Idiot, Save the Fan, and if you could speak about that one more time, that would be great.
Third time's a charm.
I'm crossing my fingers right now.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll try to be brief on this one, just in case it cuts
Yes.
out. So Colonel Henry Pratt coined the phrase in 1893, kill the Indian, save the man, just after genocide. It was forced assimilation. And so this project is kind of a flip of the script,
Yep.
Kill the idiot, save the fan. And it's to kind of humanize us, because mascots dehumanize us. And so to give ourselves identity in the 21st century, I'm appropriating pop culture and adding a native twist to it and making alter egos with youth to empower them. So you'll see in the performance, everyone has their own little alter egos of who they want to be. And we basically live action role play, LARP battle, offensive mascots, and kind of decapitate them, but more in like then we help them up and handshake, So it's more of I wouldn't say peaceful, but we're not
friendly.
Yeah, friendly. So in pop culture, it's kind of an act, of course, and then at the end we kind of to appropriate Christianity, we kind of baptize them into being born again Indians, and so then we all round dance at the end together to celebrate the end of the mascot wars.
And there's a real age range, which I thought was great. There was I think it looks like a 3-year-old that was in there,
Yep.
and up to adults that were playing the mascots. And
Yeah, we have a grandma in there. She plays Yoda. Yep. So yeah, we have
I love that.
from babies to grandmas. Yeah, everyone's involved. Yeah, it's a real empowering project, and like in our workshops or when we're hanging out, there's that shared knowledge as well. So it's like a subversive way to educate ourselves as well as educate the public. So we gain their interest with pop culture icons,
Yeah.
and then when folks are like, oh, that's cool, what is it, and then they see it's like this whole 21st century act of humanizing ourselves.
And you did this last year too, is that correct?
Correct. Yep. And the year before is what I had my coming out party for Darth Chief at the Chazen Museum for my graduate piece. And then the year after that, I got youth involved, and it was more Smart Wars, where it was just Star Wars stuff. But then this year, it's Smart Wars with all superheroes involved. And then hopefully, in the next round of grants, now that I have a solid native base interested plenty, I want to get more other indigenous cultures and folks that identify as indigenous to get involved. Because long story short, we all, I'll borrow a quote from John Trudell, we all come from an indigenous background. It's just how long it's been since that background's been colonized is the difference. And given the climate, global warming or climate change and all that stuff, we all really need to band together and figure out how to be indigenous in the 21st century. So right now it's about mascots and kill the idiot, save the fan, but hopefully it gets into, popularizing renewable energies and other stuff through other performances.
That's great. In my opinion, art has been valuable, has always been valuable to cultural and social and political change. So I think that what you're doing with the visualization helps people relate better to what's going on. Do you do work that specifically addresses climate change ever?
In the Clan Animal Project, I collaborated with Lume Sampson. We wrote a grant and worked with Francis Yellow and Gordon Coons, and we taught youth about the clan systems and animal societies, and basically our responsibility to protect animals and their habitat in the physical world, and then in turn they protect us in the spirit world. And then so to do that, there's environmental stuff with it embedded within that.
That's great.
And then with Chanupa, he had, for his artist in residency at IA, he did a call to artists and communities in general to make these mirror shields. So I collaborated with him and raised funds in the metro area here in Minneapolis to make about 500 of them in 3 days. And we brought them out to Standing Rock and did like I was thinking it was going to be like like we'd march like a river and then pool up like a lake and then, set the shields down to the officers, and then that's where Chanupa's concept kicks in, where you flip the image of the oppressor back on him.
And then that was at Turtle Island, right? I believe.
Yeah. Oh, at Ocheti?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Nice.
So I saw them parading through camp like a snake, like a river.
Well, and then Andre Perez from Hawaii, he was part of it and helped us.
Andre Perez, I did a conference with that guy.
Nice.
He's cool.
He's the one who coined.
Hey, Andre, if you're out there.
Right. He's the one who coined it's a water serpent versus the oil snake.
That's what I was
like
thinking.
Sweet. So that's why I like collaborating with more artists, because the more artists you get involved, like the greater the message gets, and then obviously you need a couple hundred people to have a march anyway, so the more artists you get involved, the more people get involved, and then the message is just that much bigger.
Well, art is doing good. I have another question for you. It's Indigenous Peoples Day. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
Wow. It's a good start here. In May we have Indian Month in Minnesota, and then in November it's the Federal Indian Month in November. So I'll be doing something at the MIA. But for me, every day is Indigenous Peoples Day. So I try to pump this out every day. I'm the All My Relations Arts Gallery director. And I really try with every show to get folks to work with community for some kind of social justice or environmental justice work. And it's primarily natives and indigenous folks that are shown in the gallery, and it's just inherent in native artwork anyway, so it's an easy step to do. So it's pretty much, it pumps in my heart every day. It's nice to have a special day though that we can, it makes it a little easier to round up a few hundred folks to on a cause on a single day. But
the Indian Center was just filled. There was a feast, there was praying, singing, dancing. It's still going on today. There's going to be activities going on into the evening. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh yeah, and this is a collaborative event with all the Native organizations in Minneapolis and in St. Paul. We've been meeting weekly for 2 or 3 months now, organizing things and figuring out, and that's what NACD does, the Native American Community Development Institute. They work on helping organizations collaborate, so we can kind of share in-kind resources, so everyone's not spending dollars on the same thing, so we can make a bigger impact.
Collaboration.
Oh yeah, it's all about collaboration. That's indigenous though. I think that's community, earth first, all those things. I think eventually I hope we can include, everyone in on this. And like in a perfect world, this is what I call my Miss America thing, or my Miss America speech.
Oh yeah, what would you do if?
It's like, I hope in 10 years that Minneapolis is a sustainable city, the first one ever with our efforts, It's like
with an Ojibwe governor.
But we are in touch with like policymakers, and we try to push, and we're not getting any resistance from policymakers. It's just bureaucracy, and that slow moving.
And it's waking the people up. That takes time.
Right.
That's a whole campaign within itself.
Right.
Getting the people activated, interested, and getting them to take part.
Right.
I mean, that's
why I coined the phrase funktivism, fun activism, and that's how I'm trying to get folks off the bench by making it fun. So if the kids want to be there, then they have to be there. It's not a drop-off daycare kind of thing.
Yeah. No,
Funktivism.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that term.
Yeah, I got all these weird things that come to. I credit my spirits because I'll just get ideas in my head and like, you know, like Kill the Idiot, Save the Fan. I was like burnt out in the studio. I was just in grad school. I was just like, ugh. And then Kill the Idiot, Save the Fan. I was like, no way. I went and Google searched it to see if anyone else did it because I was like, that's so easy. Like I couldn't believe I didn't know what else had thought of it. You know. So yeah, I'll Google search these things. I'm like, no way. You know.
Well, it's a wonderful show. I was lucky enough to see the rehearsal of it, and so I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm gonna live stream from here about 5:45, 6 o'clock.
Might be 5:30. I mean, this is like everyone knows our schedule is just kind of rough estimate. It's like, I mean, we shouldn't put in bold print on top like schedules. Like dependent on Indian time, yeah, because like folks are an hour late or an hour early, and you know it's just like, and I think that's where the most fun happens because if you try to stick to all these schedules and everyone's mad at each other for all this stuff, it's just like forget about it.
Doesn't it
just have fun, let things go, things will happen, and if something doesn't happen, who cares?
Yeah.
Maybe next month, maybe next time, you know.
Next year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it'll happen if it's meant to happen. It'll happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
Well, thank you so much, Rory. I really
you.
appreciate your time. I know you're really busy today, so
yeah, I gotta go run over and do
make some more art.
Yeah, exactly. Go screen print water protector stuff.
Oh yeah,
shirts.
we're gonna go get one of those.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Thank you. Bye.